Hi Aquarius, welcome to your deep career read. This is going to be for the end of June into the beginning of July. This is going to be for Aquarius, especially Aquarius rising and 10th house placements, 6th house placements, Aquarius sun. Could be Aquarius moon as well. Guys, really honestly, if it resonates with you, so important to know our placements though, right? Because 10th house in our chart does rule career. Second house is what are we actually doing within that career to make the money? And sixth house is our day-to-day work environment. For those of us in the space of being an entrepreneur, having our own project, we also like to look at what signs are on our 5th house, 8th house, and 11th houses. So, you know, it gets kind of complicated. I'm not looking to do that to you, but for those, this is kind of like for those of you who do know your chart, you would benefit from checking out those signs. Okay, so Aquarius is, Saturn is going to be spending the month in your sign, and Saturn's all about a long-term planning. So you can find yourself reflecting on what you really want and what's required to get you there. Saturn is here until July 1st, and then he's going to leave until mid-December. So if you're thinking big about the next phase of your life, that's why. It's totally because of the energies that are going on in the sky. And you may be feeling some financial stress or super motivated to boost your bottom line with Mars and Pisces really heating up your money house through June 27th. So work can be demanding. You might feel pressure to make ends meet. Or you could feel the pressure to make a decision, to do something already, right, about the future. So while you've got one eye in developing a new vision, there's still some basic groundwork that you have to handle. And with Mercury going retrograde in Cancer and in your 6th house of day-to-day work from like June 18th to July 12th to 17th, 18th, depending on where you live, until July 12th, I want to actually say till the end of July, until Mercury is totally out of shadow. Annoying details, paperwork, loose ends are all going to need to be tackled, like little annoying things. Keeping track of all of it can get really stressful since Mercury can end up scrambling things, especially technology, causing breakdowns. But the June 21st Cancer solar eclipse could bring a new personal opportunity that can help you properly manage a project, your money, an idea that you're looking to crystallize, and really sort of help you and encourage you to move things forward, right? Which is really nice. Something that you're cooking up in your mind. Somebody's going to come in, or something's going to cross your path that's going to incite some level of awareness that's going to be very benefic for you as far as moving forward. I'm not going to do these. None of these in reverse. So we're first going to pull some Lenormand. Okay. All right. Why don't we talk about the Lenormand first, just because, wow, these are so powerful. Okay, Aquarius, you have somebody in your life. If you don't have them in your life now, I feel like they're in your life already. But because this is a general message, I will say, if you don't have them in your life yet, you are going to have them in your life for sure. Somebody very wise, somebody who's wise, who wants to help you. Now, guys, if you're not familiar with the Lenormand system, the cards speak to each other. I don't want to, go on too much about it, but we don't read in isolation. We sort of have to take a holistic approach. So somebody very wise in your life is looking to really kind of school you and teach you about resources so that you can end up having a very peaceful future. So let's really focus on the mice here, because the mice, what do mice do? They come in and they do a number on your stuff, right? Sometimes they move things, or they nibble away at things over time, right? Dwindle. So this can indicate somebody teaching you about how to keep your assets safe. This could be somebody teaching you how to make sure you don't whittle away your money, so that you don't end up in a space where you're not able to have this peaceful life. Because Lilies is all about just peace and serenity, right? I mean, that's what it's about. It's about peace, serenity, and, having to do with the career read. So the mice can be anything that eats away. So this could be not being smart with your money. So I feel like there's somebody coming in. The two owls represent wisdom. So this is wisdom coming in, and it's coming in the form of learning. So somebody teaching you about a way of saving money, a way of making money, maybe the stock market, maybe investments, maybe how to flip properties, maybe ways of doing business when you're in business. This could be somebody who, see, I get that this is somebody who's going to help you handle your resources more than anybody who's going to come in and say, do this for a living kind of thing is what I'm getting. But there's a lot of really good advice coming in from somewhere, Aquarius. Okay, especially Aquarius risings and Aquarius 10th house energies. There's really good advice coming in. So I do like that. And again, it's going to have to do, now this could have to do with taking somebody who's really wise, and it's coming in the form of like a book, and that's metaphorical for any sort of learning system. So it could be a certification, a webinar, some sort of workshop. This could be an older family member who's sitting you down and saying, okay, you know what, maybe we haven't really exercised financial literacy to a very to a degree that's maybe been very beneficial for you. So let's sit down and talk about what your options might be right now. I almost feel like it's just sort of like an outside energy to your career, if that makes sense. Yeah. Now, for some of you as well, those of you, and this is going to resonate with some of you, and who are still like in the college age. Actually, it doesn't matter, right? We all go to college at different ages, right? But this has to do with a message coming in that's going to really make you rethink your career, because you're not sure if it's going to actually bring you the money that you want to actually have the outcome that you want, the life, the serenity. It's all about serenity, right? This is the end point. We're starting here, right? We're starting here, right? It's all about serenity. What do I have to do in my life to bring serenity to my life? And isn't that what I said, that you're thinking about the next big phase in your life, right? That's because of the astrology. You're starting out from a space of serenity, figuring out how you're going to bring peace and happiness to your life, and just where you're not going to have to worry about these things. And then there's this idea of dwindling your money away. People see, like not taking care of the resources properly, right? But again, the cards speak to each other. So I feel like this information is going to be coming in and saying, well, Aquarius, you're studying that. Did you ever think about maybe studying this? Or if you're studying that, did you ever think about getting into this track within that career instead of that one? Because this may end up being able to bring you more of what it is that you're looking for ultimately at the end of the day, right? Let's pull a Rebel Oracle. Every journey starts with a single step. Very nice. I mean, yeah, but I feel like for you guys, Aquarius, this is very much an internal journey, right? I mean, there's also a physical expression of this journey that's going on. It's going to become increasingly important to the fulfillment of your destiny, obviously, that, in this lifetime, but your journey starting from the inside, but its destination will be a physical expression of this internal journey that you're taking, this internal exploration. I'm even going to say for some of you, it's going to be an internal healing. Like maybe you're healing away from something that you've been involved in, yeah, but this is like I feel just like very much a new path, But listen, I always say, like, just like the butterfly leaves the chrysalis behind, when it's time to spread its newly formed wings, you're ready to leave something behind that you once did, that you once believed in being the right thing for you, so that you can embrace something that's more appropriate for you at this time. And there is this element to this journey that you're embarking on right now that you're not clear about, like, right? It's like it's not known, and you're not supposed to know all the details, right? Or how it's going to work out before you start to try to crystallize it in your mind. You're just meant to take one step after another, again and again, so that you can end up receiving the gifts that are very much ahead of you. But here we are in retrograde season, are we not? I mean, that's this whole summer. So a lot of people are very unclear, but I feel like there's something new that's being crystallized in your life right now, which I really like. The Astro Dice North Node energy. So this is about something that's very destiny driven. I really like it. The North Node is all about destiny. Currently it's in Gemini. So Gemini is all about learning. It's all about, taking that workshop, taking that certification, opening yourself up to being the student, right? Really being the student and learning what you need to bring yourself that serenity. Yeah. And look, we got you. We got Aquarius, right? So it's time to power up, because there is a radical 180 happening in your life right now. And this is really, right, I'm going to speak Aquarius language now. It's time to be your own systems analyst, right? You guys are all about technology, right? Because you guys are ruled by Uranus. It's time to be your own system analyst right now and conduct a review of what is and what isn't working in your life, and really get very honest about, in realistic terms, right, with at least one foot on the ground. And you guys don't have a hard time doing that. is what you're looking to do going to bring you what you want? I mean, it really is about that. And I feel like you're thinking a lot more. Okay, I'm getting a couple of messages with this 8th house. The 8th house is how we blend with another. Okay, I mean, that's what happens it's our partner's resources, it's other people's resources, it's payouts, it's dividends that we get from investments, kind of what I was saying here. It's money that we make from real estate investments. It's money that we make from anything that we don't put our blood, sweat, and tears into, okay? But it really is also about how we blend with another. So 8th house energy is very important to understand. If, like, let's say you're in business with somebody and you're in the space of really doing some deep thinking, and it's really time to strip off a layer of yourself to really show what's underneath and get in touch with where you're really scared and what your hesitation is in your life right now, having to do with your career. This is all about getting in touch with your vulnerability, right? And really, you want to stop playing small. Don't minimize yourself having to do with your career at all. At all. And this even goes for those of you who are in college. If you're studying something, you want to make sure that you're in something that's going to end up bringing you the paycheck that you really want. And I can't tell you, I mean, I'm a college professor. I see this all the time. Students with these very strong, there's nothing wrong with having high material aspirations. There's nothing wrong with that. But there's an issue with that if you're studying to just be a social worker, unless you're looking to supplement your money in other ways. So you want to make sure that, get your priorities in straight and figure out what really matters to you. And there's nothing to feel guilty, bad about, or funny about if it is money, because I do get this idea of this being a thing for you. Now, also with the 8th house energy, again, that has to do with money that we have when we're married, money that we have when we're partnered. You don't have to have the certificate, but when you're sharing a life with somebody, and you want to make sure, Aquarius, that you're in a situation where you're able to provide in the way that you really want to have the life that you want for you and the person that you're with. Not that they're not going to be working, but you want to make sure that you're able to bring to the table what it is that you want. You follow what I'm saying? And by the way, nothing wrong with social workers. And also, by the way, that's going to be a popping career, and I guarantee those salaries are going to be growing huge. They will be, because now that they're going to be putting social workers in most of the precincts across the country to go to calls. Are you kidding me? There's going to be an explosion in that area. So for those of you kind of confused about what you want to do, that it would actually be a good job to get into. Mercury, beautiful. So Mercury rules Gemini and Virgo. Virgo is your house of health, but it's also the house of your day-to-day work environment. And Mercury is that 3rd house Geminian energy. Yep. Learning something new. Yeah. Aquarius, you're going to be learning something new. And if you're not, you're closing yourself off and you're doing yourself a disservice. You really are. You're going to be doing yourself a disservice because there's something that you need to learn. And again, this could just simply be from like a family member, somebody older than you, a really good friend, a teacher, a YouTuber that you really gel with, right? That, is going to be able to teach you something having to do with the area that you're in. Anything like that. But there's got to be learning is going to be going on here for sure. Okay. Thing we need to know for our Aquarius friends. Yep. Mm-hmm. Okay, this is all making sense to me. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're going to be making a change. I mean, this is a short period that I meditated on, guys, It's just a short period that I meditated on, but yeah. coming into this time, Six of Coins in reverse. So this is telling me that you feel very unsupported and not connected to what it is that you're doing 100% in the way that you want. It's not that even, and with the Six of Coins in reverse, it's not that you don't care about what you're involved in. That's not it. But you're not getting the support you need, and you don't think you're going to end up getting the support that you need in order to have ultimately what it is that you want. The money's not there. The support in the day-to-day and that sixth house energy and that work environment is not there. So you're just really not feeling very connected to it. And this could have been pre-COVID or it could have been last week, right? It's going to be different for each of you because this is a general reading. But the lack of support leading up to this. And you don't feel like your voice is really, again, more about... Five of Coins is also a very mental energy of not feeling. The Six of Coins is I got your back, you got mine. I do work for you, you pay me. I do this, you do that. We got each other's back, right? That's very the Six of Coins energy. The Five of Coins energy is feeling somebody's support and that you're in it with somebody. And it's feeling that very pragmatic, am I getting the money that I need? Where is my resource? But the thing is this, the Five of Coins is a very mental energy. So you could be more mentally feeling like there's less support available to you than there actually is. Like there might be more support available to you. Those of you who know tarot, you know in the traditional Rider-Waite, the Five of Coins is typically the couple walking past the stained glass windows of the church. One is a cripple, the other one looks very cold. And they're not realizing that all they need to do is go into the church for a warm place with the doors always open and they could probably get a meal. But they're just focused on what they don't have. They're very focused on their lack. So you could be very focused on your lack right now. And it's because we have the Six of Wands reverse, which is about feeling a lack of respect and a lack of success in what it is that you're doing. You're inherently just not feeling like whatever you're involved in right now is going to ultimately bring you the success that you're looking for. And what I love about this is the Sun, and I don't mind that it's reverse. I believe it more in the reverse, quite frankly, because still so benefic. All right. Let's talk about the Sun in tarot. The Sun in tarot does not mean a pot of gold at the end of your bed that you're going to wake up in the morning and step into, right? Because a lot of people have that understanding because the sun is so bright and it's pretty and it's gold looking, right? But what it is it cultivates and nurtures the landscape for you to grow and give you all the tools that you need to be successful. Okay, so how cool is that? And that's kind of across the board in your life, having to do with career, relationships, family connections, friendships, the whole thing, right? But we're going to stick to career with this right now. Now, the fact that it's reversed just indicates there's going to be a little bit of a delay. That's it. It's still beautifully benefic and it's still going to happen even in the reverse. And this is crowning you. But what I like about a crowning you is that this tells me that you believe it, Aquarius. You know that there is something out there for you that's better and bigger than what you're in right now, than the position that you're in right now. But it's just a matter of, no pun intended, but playing your cards right, right? So we have here in the foundation, the Seven of Swords. All right, we got to talk about this because this is profound to have in the foundation. The traditional understanding of this card is thievery. To have the card of thievery, who else got this? Oh my gosh, somebody else got this. Was it Sagittarius? Might have been Sagittarius. You guys might have Sagittarius placements in your work in your work placements, the houses that I mentioned before. But anyway, Seven of Swords is the traditional understanding is thievery. So this could be you being dishonest about something with someone. I'm going to give all the different interpretations. I'm not saying that you're a thief, but I'm just saying that you might be being dishonest and having to do something with your career. This could also be you lying to yourself, quite frankly, right? Where you're not really lying to yourself. You're coming to terms with something within yourself, but you're not talking to anybody on the outside about it, having to do with your career, having to do with whatever it is that you're studying. But how it's related to the mice here is that the mice can indicate thievery as well, right? This whittling away of something where you don't even realize it. The Seven of Swords can also mean playing somebody at their own game. So for those of you who are involved in some sort of position, some sort of arrangement for work, whether it's with a business partner, whether it's that you're working somewhere, it's playing somebody at their own game where you go in and you're doing what you need to do, but on the side you're trying to crystallize something that is going to be better for you. right? Because you really are feeling a lot of financial stress. I mean, this is indicated in your astrology right now. And even if you're not feeling it like right now, you're concerned about it in your future. You know that whatever you're doing right now, if you continue doing it, you're not going to have everything that you need. Do you follow? And that is inadvertently creating some sort of stress within the financial sector for you. But this could be you playing somebody at their own game, where you're working the job just to bring the money in, acting as if, right? And while you crystallize something else. For others of you, you could be in a business arrangement with a partner and you feeling like they're doing something that you don't really like, and you're trying to work out a way where you can actually extricate yourself from the union, having that partner anymore, and you're trying to set yourself up, but you're not letting anybody know what you're doing. It's going to resonate with others of you. But for many of you, it's going to be like you're kind of going along, and you're acting a certain way exteriorly to your friends, your family, your partner, whoever, but you're thinking something totally different inside, all right? Because it's Moon, I feel, Aquarius. You guys are all about doing something different out of the box, right? And it's this conversation that you're having with yourself. Now, for others of you, this could also be you realizing that you're dealing with somebody within your career who's been wearing a mask, and you're very intuitive and you're vibing it, right? That somebody is not being their authentic self. Okay, so this is a general reading, so you're going to take that however it sees fit. Try to give a number of interpretations to get to each of you. We have the Ten of Cups representing you and only you right now. So again, Ten of Cups is another energy that even in the reverse, it's not entirely negative. It's a wait and see. So what happens with the Ten of Cups energy is that there is a third entity, meaning you're one entity, your career is another entity, and then there's this third thing that's outside of your control. It doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing. It's just a thing that's getting in the way of you being able to have this Ten of Cups upright, where you're totally in the flow and in that sweet, sweet pocket of feeling like you're doing the right thing for your life, right? Right now, I feel like it's more in your thought process, and there are these things that you have to do first in order to turn this upright. So for some of you, it could be you guys really, if you're in the college age years, you're really formulating and crystallizing what it is that you want to focus on in your area of study. Many of you may be changing your area of study, but you still have to go through the time in, right, in the education. So that could be the thing that's in the way. For others of you, the thing that's in the way could be the pandemic. It could be just the inability to get out there and flip over that open sign and get back to work in a normal way where you're actually bringing yourself the money that you need. For others of you, it could be you have this new idea, but you just can't you can't implement it yet because the world is not completely opened yet. It's not. But there is something very new coming in, and it's going to be really beautiful. Otherwise, you wouldn't have gotten the Ten of Cups. This is such a strong card to get in a career read. Even though cups are emotions, it's a Mars and Pisces energy, guys. Are you kidding? Mars is all about, Mars is really about, let's push forward on this career, this job, this path, whatever. And Pisces is about your dream. This is working towards your dream and making it happen for yourself, because it's a 10. So it's all there. The path is right there for you. Really, really is. So I do like that. Now, the external energy we have for you that's impacting this progress forward for you in your career, we have the Hermit reverse. So some of you might be dealing with Virgo, because a Hermit is Virgo. But a Hermit is about, in the reverse, it's about isolation. Now, this is an external energy. So I'm going to read this very literally and very directly first. Very literally, the isolation of the pandemic and the result of the close down and the fallout that it's had on society. Whether you're still working or not, it's been an impact for all of us. That external energy the pandemic is what's getting in the way of that Ten of Cups energy being upright. Okay, could be that. For others of you, let's go a little deeper now, connecting it to the astrology, it being a Virgo energy, Virgo being ruled by Mercury. Whenever we have Mercury in reverse, there is this potential for miscommunication, manipulation, straight out lies, not receiving information that you're waiting for, waiting on, having to do with money. So because, and I say that specifically as Virgo is a pentacle energy, it is a money energy being ruled by Mercury. In the reverse, it would be either getting some bad news about money that you've been waiting to come in. It could be you never getting that phone call about that loan that you put in for. Just, something not coming in as far as communication goes. Because, while Mercury does rule Virgo, it also rules Gemini, which is all about communication. So Mercury is Mercury, right? But I do feel like it has to do with some sort of resources, just not coming in. So however you would resonate with that. Now, your fear is the Knight of Cups in reverse. I mean, okay, listen. The Knight of Cups in the upright is Aquarius and Pisces. So it's about doing something different that's bringing you towards your dream. You're afraid you're not going to, and you're afraid to do anything that's different to go towards your dream. You're afraid of taking that step. So I don't know, whoever's resonating with this, I don't know what else is in your chart. I don't know where like your Cancer is, because Cancers get very scared. I understand that because it's all about roots and home and feeling safe and secure. It's because I do feel this trepidation here in this fear energy about you taking a leap into something that is cooking in your mind, whatever it is. Whether it's changing careers, changing paths, changing majors, changing outlooks on something. I feel like a lot of you are going to be making like a very drastic change in something that you're doing. We have the Ten of Swords energy, communication. You're just done. You're done. Done. It's like Ten of Swords, one sword at a time, over time. Saturn and Sagittarius. Sagittarius is, all about moving forward with integrity. Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, which is all about luck and expansion. Right? It's all about luck and expansion. And when we have a Jupiter energy, which is the ruler of Sagittarius, because again, this is a Saturn in Sagittarius energy, so we have to say it's Saturn in there with Sagittarius. They don't really like each other. Saturn and Jupiter, rather. It's not that they don't like each other. Think about a father. Think about a father. I was going to say grandfather because Saturn's really old, but it's think about a father and a child that really do not get along. Do you know what I mean? Like they don't see eye to eye, almost like you see in the movies. I see very few relationships like that in real life, but you know what I mean. Where like they don't see eye to eye whatsoever. And the Sagittarius is all about, woo, let's go. I want to go and have a good time. I want to go do this. Let me float over this way. I want to take this risk. Saturn's like, no, you cannot do that. We have to be about structure and diligence and hard work, right? So it's a tension, right? It's a tension. It's a tension of two minds. It's a tension of two philosophies, two ways of seeing things that differ so drastically that there's just no continuing on this path. It's just so against your grain, Aquarius, whatever it is. It ends up becoming very problematic for you to stay in it. It's poking at your psyche. It's poking at your belief system. It really is. It's poking at you. Sagittarius' belief system. So it's the end of a cycle. It's like put a fork in it. It's done. Right? Kind of thing. Yeah. Because you're not feeling, at the end of the day, in the near future, you're recognizing that this is just not going to bring you what it is that you want. You're going to end up in a space of want. You're going to end up in a space of lack in your own mind. This is what you're seeing for yourself. Not getting the support that you want, not getting the connection that you want, not getting the money that you feel like you deserve, right? All of that, right? It's a Leo and Virgo, And so when we have a Leo energy that's in reverse, so you're looking at your future and saying, I'm not going to feel good about myself. Like I'm not going to feel proud of what I'm doing. Right? I'm not going to feel proud. I'm not going to make the money that makes doing that worth it. There are some careers right now where you do that were once noble professions, and I don't want to get into it, and I'm not ever going to take a political stance on my channel. I refuse. I'm all in Switzerland here, right? But, there are many professions that were at one point considered noble that are no longer noble, that would actually bring a sense, sadly, so sadly, sense of like embarrassment or lack of support, really is really what I want to say. Lack of support. So there were, there were things, and I'm not saying that would be relevant for all the Aquarians out there, but I'm just giving that as a mundane example, is that there's this realization that you're having that something that you've been throwing your energies into is actually really not for you. And you really are all about the long-term planning here. I mean, the astrology says it, and so do the cards. So do the cards. And you're really all about developing a new vision. But you have to do this basic groundwork first. And part of the groundwork is making the decision to transition out of something. Now, you guys are all going to be in different places. Some of you are at work, some of you are out of work, some of you are still working, some of you are just in school and you're trying to plan your future. There were all different types of scenarios that we have going on here. But what I get as the fundamental drive under this is knowing that whatever you're in right now is not going to bring you what you need, and you need to shift your path, your direction. And that it's so supported, though. I want you to understand that. It's supported by the astrology, it's supported by the cards. It really is. And I feel like there's somebody is going to be coming in and helping you out with an idea, with some advice, with something. An owl. This could even be parents. There were two, but it doesn't have to be two. It can only be one. Anyway, that is what I have for you, Aquarius. I hope this was helpful for you in some way. Until next time, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.